The Grind Hustle Live boys are back once again, and we got a special guest with us. We have RCL Productions. Let us know both of your names.
Yo, what's up? You already know what it is. My name's Ricardo, aka Pretty Rick. RCL Productions, 1/3.
Yeah, I'm 1/3 of the RCL Productions. My name's Chris.
I want to know how you got started into production and what you're here to promote today.
Like I said, my friend and myself, we formed RCL Productions, right? What that is a three-headed monster. It's a production company, film company. And what we did, we put out our first project, which is called The Concrete Garden, out now on YouTube. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Now, second, like I said, my partner and myself, we decided to make this web series because we followed a lot of different web series. The number one web series that we followed was a New York-based web series, and it was called
Money and Violence.
Yo, shout out to Miz, man. You know what it is. I chop it up with you often. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Miz.
Yeah, facts. Shout out to Mo too. You know what I mean? You already know. But listen, with that being said, years ago, my partner and I said, listen, man, we could do this. We talked about it. He said, listen, man, you see what's popping right now? I said, yeah, man, this is crazy. He said, why not us? So we said, listen, being from Jersey, we said, it's our turn. So COVID hit. My man could piggyback from that. You know what I mean?
COVID hit, kind of shut stuff down, So, one day we just randomly just talking, via Facebook, whatever, talking. And my man said, yo, let's get to it. And I'm like, all right, we really gonna do this? He was like, yeah, let's go. And from that day forward, man, we met up, came to my crib, we sat down, we just started brainstorming, like, what we're gonna write about, where we're gonna take this. So we just started writing, and it just progressed. It was like, yo, we really got something. And
how long it took y'all to write that script?
We literally, see, this is the crazy thing. We literally wrote it as we were going.
Well, wait. So as y'all was shooting, y'all was writing.
We was writing the script.
Oh,
because,
wow.
Again, this is our first time doing this, so we don't know about casting calls. We don't know about anything on how the film industry works. In this day and age, do you really have to follow protocol with quote unquote what the industry says?
Mm-hmm.
So we're just writing, and we're like, yo, who are we gonna get to play this person? Who are we gonna get to do this? So of course, we go with first family and friends.
Right. Absolutely.
So we cast family and friends, and then now we have the visual of how we come with our characters. So, and that's how we went about it. And it was like Friday nights, we'll be in the house just writing for like 4 or 5 hours. From
just how many people in the writing process? Just you and him?
That's it.
Okay.
So basically, just to piggyback off that, he used to come to my house, right? So we would write from like 10 o'clock p.m. all the way to 3 o'clock in the morning, right? And then we would go shoot basically that next Saturday, So now we shooting episode 1, boom. We shooting that, that's another process. It would be from like, at that time, it was 5 o'clock p.m. and then we would stop at 3 o'clock in the morning, So we'd be done. Then the next time, episode 2, we'll go to his house. So we'll do the same process over and over. But the crazy thing, to answer your question with that, it was 7 months to finish. So the last episode, season finale, episode 10 of The Concrete Garden, was written by Chris and myself inside my basement. And then after that, we shot it, And
right after y'all got finished shooting?
We shot it.
We have a wedding ring on, so I already know that takes time, because with your wife, she want to go out, she want to do things. You got to try to, make time for the dream and also make time for your family. So, like, this diving at for brothers that's trying to do the same thing, because you might have to work a 9 to 5 on top of trying to make the dream come true, on top of feeding into your family.
Okay, great job with that. That was great. He's also married. But the great part about that is, I'm glad you said that, is I got a great support system. My wife, my best friend, she knew it took time. My Saturdays for the 7 months, his Saturdays were missing with the family, So, like I said, up early morning, we talking on the phone, him and I brainstorming. Yo, listen, we need this, we need the boom, we need to shoot here. Did you talk to this person? Did you get this permit for this? Did you talk to that restaurant? Yeah, we handled it, boom. Now let's go, it's time to shoot. Did you get this cast member? It was a lot of stuff going on. Meanwhile, I got a family, I got kids, He has kids. The whole Saturdays were missing. Great thing you said about that. Today, I almost wasn't going to come today, because I had family obligations, Basically, we had to go shopping for Thanksgiving coming up.
Next week.
So my wife said, listen, I believe in it so much, go do your thing, Rick, So I said, okay, big,
That's
thank
great
you.
support.
Great support system, you know.
Great
So
support.
it took a lot. I'm saying, you know, like I wasn't listening. I
That's
got a
7
full-time
months.
job. He got a full-time job. I'm a truck driver, you know, but I call him Mr. Wall Street, you know.
Okay.
So because he works out here. So the whole thing is we got jobs, but this is our passion. When I say I'm so passionate about this, you know, he'll tell you. Everyone I talk to, I talk about RCO production, and I got my whole job signed up.
Yeah.
You know, I'm talking about bosses and everything, you know. So I just push it on the throats, you know, and just like you know, we talked about it before, we got monetized so quick. You know?
All right, so let's dive like a little bit deeper into like your passion for it. Like, did you always want to like do something in entertainment, like whether it was behind the camera, front of the camera, either like you know?
Yeah, that I mean. We come from the era of like street teams. So back in the day when Puffy, you know, everybody's out there with the street teams. I had a record label back in the day, AQ Entertainment.
Okay.
So I was back then, you know, hustling in and out of the strip clubs and the clubs, promoting hand-to-hand CDs, just that they're selling CDs out of the trunk. He was with the Murder Mommies, doing, you know what I'm saying, promoting clubs and stuff like that. So we both were kind of like, we had a foot in the entertainment business back then. So we kind of knew, okay, we have a knowledge of how the
I know that. Yeah, I know how to move around.
Exactly.
Okay.
So when this came about, we was like, you know what? We're just gonna apply that to this, but we still gonna use that formula.
Now, let me ask you a question, because even though to some it may look easy, what was the hardest thing that you had to do in this process? Because a lot of people start things like this, or they'll start podcasts, they'll start video, whatever. People are starting a bunch of different ventures, and for some reason we always end up falling short at some point and stopping. What gave you the courage or the inspiration to keep going and actually follow through and see the plan through?
For me, I'm gonna keep it 100. It was my partner, because like we work well off of each other. You know what I'm saying? We know our roles. You know what I'm saying? Not only is he my friend, he's my business partner. Like we go back to the sandbox. You know what I'm saying? So the respect is there. You know what I'm saying? So just seeing how his motivation was towards it, and he's like, yo, I'm telling you, like, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, I got this, we're gonna do that, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? So just seeing his motivation, just how he loves it and how he lived for it, I was like, yo, it is a goal. You know what I'm saying?
Like chemistry just like that.
Yeah, I can't.
Everybody needs a Dame Dash in their crew.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's how Dame Dash.
And I'm more like the Kareem Biggs Burke. Like we sit back, like you know
what I'm saying, get it done as well.
We're gonna get it done. Like you know what I'm saying. Like we both write it. You know what I'm saying. I executive produce it. He directs it. You know what I'm saying. And I sit back and like I semi kind of edit it. You know what I'm saying. But now it's gonna be 100% me editing it. You know what I'm saying. So when I sit back, you know what I'm saying, like the paperwork and all that stuff, this, that, and the third, the contracts. You know what I'm saying. I sit back, I get all that done, and then I converse with Rick. You know what I'm saying? Boom, that's how we do it. So we feel you know, off each other real good. So
that's good.
That's what it was. But yeah, that was my motivation.
LeBron and D Wade. LeBron and D Wade.
But that was good. But also, like I said, with Lee, how he fits in with the RCO production company is he's the Jay-Z. If you want to say, you know,
the talent.
He's the talent,
also businessman,
and also business.
Talent.
Exactly, talent. See, me, I would never be in any of my productions, any of my movies. I'm speaking it up. Any of my movies or anything like that, I would never be in it.
Yeah.
My boy said the same thing, you know.
Oh, so y'all prefer to be behind the camera instead of in front of the camera. Okay.
And my boy, partner Lee, he loves being, you know, out front. You know, so we said, listen, man, we need you. You know, go ahead and.
Those late nights, because I got a lot of times where when we made these hats, me and my man just took to the festival.
Yeah.
And for us, it was like that feeling, probably the same feeling you guys had. It's like, dang, is you going to sell anything? And then when people started picking it up, people was like, oh, I like how it looked. Oh, I like the stitching. Oh, how much it cost? We was like, oh, it's $40. Oh, it's only $40? And he started buying 2 and 3. Me and him started lighting up. Because even when he came, he was more like being,
you know, I'm not sure. I ain't sure. But I was like, you know, we here now. So it's like, whatever happens, happens. And just like he said, that first buy, like the first buy, we looking like, and it kept coming. And
he turned into Tyrese from Baby Boy. He was like, yeah, let's go. He seen the older lady. He was like, yeah, go with your shoes and go with your hat. He started turning into a new monster. So how did you feel when you actually had your baby, and that's your actual project, and you released it to the world? And how did it feel? You know, because I know I felt anxious. I felt anxiety because I'm like you. I talk everything up. Now we're gonna do it. People gonna love it. Look at this. There's no way it's gonna fail. So now you on Front Street, like, dang. Now I hope it really is what I said it was gonna be. So
so that was great. So we had a red carpet affair. You know, everyone dressed up, everyone nice. You know, we rented our spot up in Perth Amboy. We had 2 executives come through. One executive from MTV, who's a producer, and one executive from VH1 came through. So we premiered all 3 episodes, the first 3 episodes that day. So now we're on stage, right? We're doing our thing, you know, welcoming everybody that comes through. When it first came on, him and I'm back. I'm looking at everyone, you know, and it's packed. It was on a Thursday. A lot of people came. So I'm reading everyone to see when that theme song came on, and I seen the reaction of all the fans and everybody in there. Babe, sorry about this, but it felt like I had my firstborn, you know? Like, seriously, you know? Because I was like, wow. And I looked at him, I said, we did it. Quietly. Just a little moment that him and I had, you know, on the stage. And it's shown because the executive producer recorded us. And it shows that I went up to him and I was like, we did it, you know? So it felt like, for myself, it felt like that, you know, like, wow, you know, like I got that off, you know, and that was only the first introduction, you know?
What about you? How you
My feeling was a little different. Again, coming from, like, you know what I'm saying, the entertainment background and being in the music industry. So, like, I had the ups and downs with, you know what I'm saying, putting out music. I had artists. I never was a rapper. I was just, you know.
Oh, okay.
So, so putting an artist out and seeing them like, damn, it didn't happen. What's gonna happen? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I know we're talented. You know what I'm saying? So that wasn't even a question. So my thing was, I didn't have expectations. If one person liked it, I was good with that. I was like, yo, we put it out, we did it. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like Rick said, when it happened and it came on and it played, I'm looking. I'm like, yo, got something.
I saw a lot of support in your comments too. And I was just looking through the comments, and people really taken to the show. So it was like, that has to be a good feeling, because we feel the same when anybody tells us, you know, a lot of times this job can be a thankless job. You think nobody just knows what you're doing, nobody cares, but then you run into that one person and say, yo, I heard that show, man, y'all got to keep it going. And it gives you the inspiration to keep going. So that's good, man. That's good.
So the name of the show, who came up with it?
Lee did.
No, it's a tough name. That's why I was like, it's tough.
He did.
Concrete Garden. Yeah, that's tough.
So I had to ask him why.
Where it come from?
It's a crazy story.
Because when I first seen it, he sent it to me. I'm like Concrete Garden. I'm like, that sounds crazy. And it like intrigued me to watch it. Like, because you know, sometimes you just see first episode, you're like, all right, you know, it's cool, whatever. But then, like, it started getting more interesting, so I was like, oh, let me just watch it. Then I wound up, before I knew it, all 10 episodes. Nice. I was like, oh, wow. I said, oh, all right. So I was like, I definitely got going on. I was like, it's crazy. And with the soundtrack, the raps, and who are do y'all see? That's an artist that y'all know.
One of them is my brother, who I had AQ Entertainment with.
Okay. Because I'm like, that's not a regular.
Nah, and the other dude, Flame, he's one of our boys, you know, local artists. You know what I'm saying? So you know, they both have projects out, but all the music that we have in it is
that's from y'all.
100% original.
Yeah. As an ex-rapper, I was listening to the music and I was like, hold on,
got some bars.
I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. Like, a lot of times when you see certain web series and people putting their boys onto the soundtrack, it'd be a little crazy sometimes. But when I heard y'all soundtrack, I'm like, hold on now. The intro was fire, and then all the music that I heard throughout the whole thing, I say, "Oh, these tracks is actually hard. These tracks were good." And I'm like,
every track, I was like, wait a minute. I thought it was an artist, like, and then I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, then like I'm even going through the credits, like, who the rapper, like, you know what I mean?
And that's something that we thought about. You know what I'm saying? We put out, because it's not about who could do it best. It's just kind of like reinventing the wheel. Right. You know what I'm saying? So we seen all these other web series that are out now, and we was like, yo, what can we do that's different? Good music, good concept, put it out. Even how the YouTube channel was ran. You know what I'm saying? If you go on there and you look, like, we got shorts, we got like cameos, like from our actors, you know what I'm saying? Little clips, you know what I'm saying? Like, even with the music video. Or the theme song. Like, so like it's giving our people an opportunity.
Theme song to be something like, if you're in the other room and you hear that theme song, come out.
Was that
exactly? Right. You know, that's what we wanted. You know, just like that.
When y'all start hearing the acclaim, you was like, yeah, you out there, we got something. You know. and you have more reserved approach because you're past dealings in the music industry.
Mhm.
How did it feel for your significant others because they're the one that actually watched you go do it and also allowed you to be, because I'm married, so I know it allowed you to be able to say, hey, look, this side, go ahead, do what you got to do, or go ahead, I see the mission, I see the plan. How did it feel for them to be able to see it? I don't know if that was the first time that they seen it, they probably seen bits and pieces of it, but how did it feel for them to be able to hear the reaction from the crowd?
I know my wife's supportive, man. My wife's 100. You know what I mean? My wife a real one, man. She, like, we're both career people. You know what I'm saying? So, she was like, look, if you want to do it, you know what I'm saying, I got your back. You know what I'm saying? There was never no, like, you wasting your money, you wasting your time, this ain't never going to pan out. You know what I'm saying? Well, if she was like that, I wouldn't want nobody like that in my corner anyway.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, you know what I mean? But she knew, you know what I'm saying? And plus, she would see, like, the work that we're putting in, and we would come home and we would get the clips back, my camera guy, and she'll be like, "Oh, that look good." And she knew it was something, you know what I'm saying? So, they was at the party turning up, both of them running around having fun.
Yeah, my wife too.
Yeah.
See, like with my wife, man, she was just like, I would just like pick her brain, So we laying in the bed, and I'm basically, babe, what do you think about this? Hypothetically, I got AK getting his head cut off. What do you think about that? She said, you know what, babe? I love the story. She broke it down. The story is bigger because if you think about it, like you watched all 10 episodes, the story is about basically the father and the son, like not mixing, And then he also had best friends who were disloyal to him, at the same time. But then a wife and a mother who has to be the mediator. So this story, man, like if it's not your typical,
crazy, man.
It gets crazy,
And a lot of times, like, people forget the pivotal role that women play, especially in watching something. Because there's certain times that my wife or his girlfriend said, "Watch this," and he told me one show. I was like, "Bro, what are you watching this for?" But it was good, because the influence that women have over every man. I don't care if they're your girlfriend, it could be whatever. So a lot of times just having that extra ear, and then also they ruthlessly truthful to you too as well, because they tell you like that's just trash, and you need that, but it's coming from, you could be open,
it's a genuine place.
It's coming from a genuine place. When we start trying to develop things or do things, my wife be like, that's trash.
My girl too.
I'm not gonna lie, I do feel a little bit of hurt, but I be like, you know what? It always come out for the better because I'm able to go back over it and be able to revamp it.
Yeah.
And when you get that approval though, you're like, all right, we got something.
You got something.
This part of the show is called Grind Time with D. I want both of y'all to tell us a moment when you did the most with the least you had to flip your grind into a hustle.
So, if I'm understanding it right, I remember one day it was downpouring, raining, and we really, really needed this scene when AK was getting his head cut off, right? And it was storming hard, so the camera can't get wet. We understand that, that's common sense. So we almost was gonna lose that day,
for sure. Yeah.
So what we did, we compromised. I said, listen, man, we gotta go to my house, and we gotta shoot this in my garage. The garage is empty, it just got like, certain stuff in there, but we got to shoot that scene in there, So then what happened was we shot that scene in there, still downpouring, raining, but we were able to get that scene. And that's a main scene, as you see it in the Concrete Garden, So that was, to me, that was a big one for myself,
For me, there was a couple of times, like anybody, you guys know about production and stuff. I mean, there was a couple of times when, again, like it's family and friends who we have in the show. So there's times we're on set and somebody's running late because they can't make it, or like, yo, I'm running behind. We sitting there like, yo, what are we gonna do? Yo, you wanna be in the show? So we would literally
random off the street?
Random off the street people. Like,
now that's compromising.
And being in the hood filming it, they know about the show.
Oh, okay.
So when they see us out filming, they're like, yo, there they go. They filming. So people across the street watching, cars riding by, honking, this, that, and the third. So we literally were like, yo, you want to be in it? No doubt, let's go. So that's what we did, man. Like, yo, we just need you to do this. And that's the beauty of being able to, of writing a script, and we're learning this as we go.
Yeah.
And in our heads, we're like, yo, now, we got to go back and change episode 4 now because we just threw this in there. A lot of it was made up on the spot. So that goes to speak for what I said before. I know we're talented and I know we got a knack for it. You know what I'm saying? So that would be for me.
Like hitting back to the the filming, do y'all see yourself like branching out even further, like doing like different type of films?
Exactly. 100%. Yep. That's our main thing. The reason why we first got into it when we're talking is to branch off and do other. Like he just said, he'll tell you we'll do love stories and everything. Talk to him.
We certainly some documentaries. You know, what I'm saying, we want to touch on some issues that are going on that we feel like needs to be heard. You know, we do some documentaries. Look, man, we even film some rap video. You know, got a couple of artists want some videos filmed. You know what I'm saying? We want to just put it out there for the people and just have it be attainable. You know what I'm saying?
Now with the Story Garden, what was some of the inspirations around the Concrete Garden as far as like what would influence you guys to make the story the way you did? Because I looked at a lot of it. So like what influenced? Because a lot of things that was going on as far as like I don't know that much about Perfect Boy, but with the mayor jumping out the Maserati with the guy with the gun, you know what I'm saying? Different things that was happening there. Like is it any like mixture of the truth inside of the story, or it was things that you feel as though it's happening, but it's like behind the scenes. So you know he dirty in real life, or people around that structure is dirty in real life, but you just put it like, all right, people don't understand that unless we put it right in your face.
Okay, our mayor is not dirty. And that's the truth. Shout out to Compa. You know, our mayor is great. You know, he is not dirty. He's great, you know, and we salute you. But real quick on that, our other partner, you know, basically, man, he been in and out of jail forever. You know, he lived that life for real, you know? And he missed a lot of his son's life. I'm going to let him talk a lot about it. You know,
we got to come up next.
We're going to get into it. But he'll tell you, you know, it's fictional. You understand? You know, it's something that we all, you know, made up because I've been in a dice game forever. You know, I played CeeLo since I was small. You know, I've been in projects. You know, I've been in 17th and 40th. You know, Harlem. You know, like I've been outside. You understand? He's been outside. Our whole team, we've been outside. So we witnessed. We seen stuff. All we did was put it together, brainstorm, and put it and make a project. You know.
That's fine.
This happens in every hood.
Yeah, all over the world. All over the world. All over the world. All over the world.
USA.
Yeah, all over the world.
Who don't want to see
even in different countries, even go to different islands, everything.
Some things just visually. You know what I'm saying? You see a mayor hopping out of Mozzie with a shit like, what the hell?
That's why I sets it off. I ain't gonna guys have me on the computer like Perfect Boy mayor. How about the boys did a great job. What's going on in Perfect Boy? Look at this.
Yeah. See, that's
why I thought it was more behind the story, because I'm like, hold on, what's going on? They trying to tell us something, but like, cause me, when I grew up, I was looking at The Wire, you know, and then certain things that was inside The Wire was like, you know, certain things that was actually reflection of real life in Baltimore. But like you said, it is a mayor somewhere, unknown to us, a name that is doing the wrong thing, because we see it on CNN and MSNBC all the time.
All over the world.
So it's basically the street life being reflected on film.
But real quick, if you think about it, he had to protect it because he's worried Lee's home. Lee's a terror. Lee is killing everything. He's not the average, you know, Lee's not the average shoot 'em up bang bang. He's a trained killer. You know, like you've seen in the episode. He's contract killer. You know,
very strategic.
There you go. You know, so it's always usually 2 shots. He finishes you. You know,
and like what's going on for everybody? Like what's separating? And I feel as though it separated itself from a lot of movies and different things, like, you know, Raising Kanan and all this other stuff that's out of power. You separated yourself by your storytelling ability because you actually pulled it from Perfect Boy, because that story might not be the same story everybody, but it's, you know, everything is similar. What are some of the things that you feel as though both of you pull the film away from everybody else, while everybody got to go out and actually watch your rendition of what you feel as though?
That's good. We're going to get this one. This is easy. So basically, we didn't want to do the typical drug dealer kingpin. You know, he's a kingpin. He's selling drugs, getting bricks from him. Then he robs for the bricks. He robs Connect. He gets killed. That's easy. What we wanted was a father and son. You know, basically the father's a hitman. You know, killed prosecutors. Killed all the reason why he went to jail, if you know, a double homicide from killing the judge and the prosecutor. You know? He's a trained killer, you know. Now, his mother passed away from an overdose. So he hates drug dealers. So what's his MO? He's killing all the drug dealers right now. What's going on? So he said, listen, I'm getting you, you know. Now, his son is a drug dealer, you know. His son is in the streets selling drugs, you know? So what happens when they clash and they mix, you know? It's the Concrete Garden, you know? So we wanted to come up with something like that, you know, that's different, right?
Yeah.
Talk to him, Chris.
Yeah, but he basically summed it up. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's just coming up with something totally different. You know what I'm saying? So that's not your normal. You could actually sit down and watch it, and again, like it does happen.
Yeah.
You know, and we just had to touch base on something that's just not out there.
What is the one takeaway that you want to give the people that's watching?
Like, comment, and subscribe, man.
Say
Get
no
those
more.
numbers up.
RCL Productions, man. We definitely are honored. We want to bring y'all back every time that y'all do a project.
That's weak. I ain't gonna take it.
Oh,
Let's
that's
go.
weak? That's
Let's
weak?
go.
Sure.
Go out, watch Concrete Garden because it got some action, entertainment, and also it was a story that's never been told before about a father and son going to back. Well, I ain't gonna tell you what they doing. You gotta go see it. And then on top of that,
You gotta watch it, yeah.
guess what? Somebody's head get chopped. That's my man's favorite part right there. Cause he done okayed it with the wife. So go out there, click it on YouTube. It's free. Go support these brothers. And then guess what? When it's not free, you gotta go to AMC.
Still go to support
The payee.
Still go to support these
Still
brothers.
go support these brothers. Pull it out because they coming soon. Because I believe in the vision. Now, Shells, let's you try a rap of the day. Let's go.
Oh, you
He always get his free bars of the day. So Shells, spit your bar.
Listen, brother, I beg your pardon. Make sure you go watch that Concrete Garden.
Hey.
Off the dome.
Off the dome.